The Kenya Kwanza and Azimio Umoja coalition held their initial sittings at the Bomas of Kenya today, with both teams agreeing to kick off the bipartisan talks on Monday. The two sides have agreed to set up two technical teams that will give direction on the agenda of the talks. Embu Governor Cecily Mbarire had stepped in for Kenya Kwanza team leader Kimani Ichung'wah said they came in good faith, pledging to put the interest of Kenyans first. Kalonzo, in his opening remarks, said they will respect the dignity of all participants, the Constitution and the rule of law. Abdiaziz Hashim reports.
The new bipartisan team, led by Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah and Wiper Party Leader Kalonzo Musyoka, this morning held their first meeting at the Bomas of Kenya, picking up the conversation from where the parliamentary bipartisan team left it. The two factions, presenting different agendas for the talks, set out to settle their rivalry through dialogue.
We shall not negotiate, and this is important for us, for any form of power sharing with the Kenya Kwanza alliance.
Also that we will be engaging on the basis of mutual respect, all in the interest of our nation and not in any private interests or any personal interests.
For hours on end, the two leading political factions held a closed-door meeting to settle on the agendas to be prioritized during the talks. Shortly afterwards, it emerged that the coalition were unable to reach an agreement on the agendas, with the cost of living and inclusivity at the heart of their disagreement.
And so, but that was an important thing. We are generally in agreement with the agenda items, but we have to agree on how we frame the agenda because the two sides have the different agenda items.
We cannot afford to fail in this process, and as much as I appreciate we have heavy issues before us, we know we will agree. We may disagree on some.
This forced Kalonzo and Ichung'wah-led teams to form a technical committee that will give direction on the agendas to be handled on Monday.
And so there are matters that will need consultation in the next 1 or 2 days. We think that the technical teams should sit by Friday and generate the necessary documents so that on Monday we get moving.
That will begin the dialogue process once we frame the agenda items, and I think we should be ready with that by Monday. As agreed, we will have the secretariat that will be supported by Parliament.
The talks are aimed at resolving the impasse between the government and the opposition, which had led to a spurt of protest that led to the loss of lives, injuries, and destruction of properties of innocent Kenyans. The bipartisan team is set to hit the ground running next week upon agreement of the agendas to be discussed. Even as both the Azimio and Kenya Kwanza coalition are yet to agree on the agenda of the talks, it remains to be seen how these talks will affect the ordinary Kenyans in the long run. Abdiaziz Hashim from Bomas of Kenya, Prime Edition.